everybody. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm Nancy. I'm very glad that you're joining me for this podcast episode for the Virgo Full Moon, which will be the 18th of March 2022. And I'm going to be channeling some information for the energy around this time to hopefully help you navigate your way through and sail through any learning or expansion that's trying to take place. Hopefully, that's the intention anyway. But as always, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And feel free to sit down, take some notes, go for a walk while you're listening. Whatever you want to do is right, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been in touch since the last new moon ceremony. Thank you. As you said, the ceremonies they keep getting stronger and more potent, the moon ones and all the other ones. And so thank you for sharing all your experience with me. It's really, really great for me to hear from you all. And this podcast really is designed, well, it's not designed, but it goes alongside the moon ceremonies that I do every month, every couple of weeks, so that you can do any clearing and aligning that you need to do in the actual moon ceremony with the shamanic journey. I'm a shamanic practitioner. And so if you're interested in the next one, it's actually going to be on Thursday, the 17th of March, which I know is St. Patrick's Day, but I've got a workshop on the 18th, so I can't do it on that day. This podcast will help inform that shamanic journey as well, as I said, for clearing and expansion. But hopefully this podcast will shed some light and bring some love into your life. If you're interested in any workshops or retreats, dietas with me, you can see the website, the link tree, get yourself on the mailing list. All the information will be in the show notes. But just a reminder, I'm organising everything now for the next plant dieta that we've got space on in Peru, which will be July 2022. So not long now. And you can start the application process by going on to Linktree. So that means I'm not going to be around in the West for too much longer. I hope the podcast finds a way to survive. If you're interested, if you feel called to a dieta, you want to see what we do, jump on the Linktree or on the website. I've also got some spaces for Kambo ceremonies. So there's also a form to fill in there, and I'll be in touch. So I won't be here for much longer. I'm making my way out of the matrix. So if you're thinking about it, now's the time to act on those feelings. I'll be delighted to share some space with you. Okay, should we get into it? I think we should. Okay, so let's just stop and breathe for a moment. Breathe in for 5 beats. And out for 7. And in for 5. And out for 7. Just filling up your belly, moving that diaphragm, that chest, and then just letting it all go with the breath. And whatever breathing pattern feels right for you, as long as you are getting full breath, you just go with that now. Close your eyes if you can, if you want to. Just bringing yourself into the present moment, into the present space you are in. Just forget about the mind, forget about the noise, forget about the external. And just remind yourself that you are a divine, sovereign being, infinite potential in every single cell of your body. Don't ever forget that. And the channeling for this podcast started a couple of nights ago, and if you've been following me for a while, you know how the channeling works for me. I get images, I get sounds, I get all sorts going on. One of the images they were showing me to interpret was my hands. So just look at your hands if you can, if you want to. And I was trying to work out what this message was, and then it came to me. This is a practice for lucid dreaming. If you're trying to learn how to lucid dream, throughout the day you might set reminders to take a moment and look at your hands, and check out all the lines, all the wrinkles, all the this, all the that. And whatever you're doing at that moment in the day when you remember to look at your hands, maybe it's regular stuff like driving your car or flipping a light switch or opening a door. If you do it enough, it will show up in your dreams. And when it shows up in your dreams, something about it will look slightly off. Maybe you'll have one more finger, or your hands will be a different color or something, and you'll realize that you're dreaming, and then that's when you can take control of your dream. So I was wondering, like, what is this? And I was like, oh, then it hit me. Of course, I'd forgotten that this is all a dream. Life is but a dream. We are collectively dreaming. And it was an important reminder for the times that we're in, because a lot of chaos, a lot of hysteria has whipped up again, and some people have really slipped back into unconsciousness, and some people have really jumped up more awake than ever. But yeah, this looking at your hands and remembering this is a collective dream, and taking some distance from what's going on, coming back to your center, your heart center, is the most important thing you can do for yourself and for everybody else right now. So it seems really important to share that, and maybe it's a message to people to practice lucid dreaming. A lot can be achieved in those states. You could do a lot of visiting in those states, in that state. So just being in your center now. Thank yourself for showing up. You're going to hear what you need to hear through this channeled message, and hopefully it will shed some light and help you get to the next stage of where you want to be and who you want to be, because you are already that. There are just parts of ourselves sometimes that we forget how to connect with, and we can get a bit lost, and that's the human experience. So don't give yourself a hard time. You're here now. You wouldn't be here now if you were completely lost and completely asleep. So, show yourself some love for that. Okay, so the Virgo full moon. The Virgo is associated a lot with the digestive system, the spleen, the gut feelings. So if you're out of whack at the moment, it might be a good time to take a detox with the diet, but also anything that's having a toxic negative effect on you. But if you're having a physical problem around the digestive system, some teas that you might want to work with would be ginger, fennel, angelica root, marshmallow root, and dandelion. You might have some of your own remedies as well. It's good to readdress areas of your life that are out of balance at this time. And as always, full moon is about illuminating something. And so, there's a lot that's come through already about trusting your gut feelings, even if stuff is not making sense, even if you think, like, if you have an intuition to go somewhere or to call somebody or to do something that's completely out of the ordinary and doesn't make any sense for you, it's time to trust what you're feeling. Trust the changes that you're sensing. So there's an energy behind that we're probably going to feel a little bit tested. It's that head, heart, gut, yeah, not knowing which one to trust, and go with your intuition. So as I said, the kind of the channeling's already started, and then I'm channeling more information now. So sometimes my voice can change, or I can stumble over the words, but bear with me. Okay, so trust any changes that you're sensing that are on the horizon. You're probably going to feel more grounded, and it's probably not going to be difficult to follow your gut now, because you got that kind of that Virgo energy. I'm very connected with Virgo energy, being such a Virgo myself. I've got a strange birth chart, like a lot of Virgo in it. So yeah, that groundedness, that earthiness, feeling more trust, and getting more out of the head, the overthinking. So if you're prone to overthinking, this might be a little bit more difficult for you, because that's your go-to, and you want everything to be perfect, and you want every detail covered. But now's not really the time for that. Because there's a kind of an opposing energy of allowing space for some magic to happen. And so you can't have everything nailed down and pinned down. At literally showing me pitching a tent here. Because then there's no room for the magic. So we got to kind of get out of our heads in order to get through this next phase the most easily. So things are definitely coming through, good things. So it's a time to really focus on your connection with yourself, to really focus in on your own practices and things that are good for you. So boundaries. It's a lot about boundaries. Being able to say no, or put your needs ahead of others. Again, I'm sure we've been saying this a lot, haven't we? Putting on your oxygen mask first. You need to support yourself and give yourself what you need, and take care of what you can take care of, and don't worry about the rest. If there's things that seem out of your control, just don't worry about it for now. It's going to take care of itself. Okay. I'm just seeing something here. Hold on. Okay, so being ready for action. And then I just asked if that was collective or individual. It seems to be more of an individual. Be ready for action within your own life. Okay, so yeah, there are definitely a lot of unknowns. So you're being supported in taking care of what you can take care of, and like making the most of what you've already got, in terms of creating your dreams, building your dreams, creating your dreams, manifesting the reality that you want. Okay, so it used to be the case that most transformation was taking place in the kind of alchemical realms, like in suspended animation. But now transformation is taking place in more of a grounded sense. So, okay, yeah. Well, okay, so there's levels to how the 3D reality is created, and now we're kind of in the final stages of it. So it really, sorry, I need them to slow down. It's being really fast. I'm going to take a breath. Grounding and transformation. So it's happening in the reality that we can perceive with the five senses. So that obviously brings up, we need to be very wary of what we are transforming and what we're manifesting. So it's time to make changes, or if it's time to make changes, make those changes, because what is coming into reality now is going to stay with us for the foreseeable future, with like 5, 10, maybe more years. So if there's habits and changes that you want to bring in, if you haven't been working on that, you've got to get serious about it now. Okay, so it's like actual, oh God, I don't even know how to say it. So where things are manifesting in the reality, it's a new stage of evolution. And there's an energy of real readiness, of like stepping up transformation. You are ready to take those steps. It's the mind, it's the ego that's holding you back. Or that was that was completely channeled. It didn't. I hope that didn't sound like an attack. It wasn't meant to. There's an opportunity for evolution. There's an opportunity for you to take hold of your own power and be ready to take the next steps that you want to take. You're ready for it now. Okay. All right, so cleaning out any old stuck energy. So, like literally a spring clean, spring in your step, all those old sayings. Not surprising, actually, because equinox is not far away, just after the full moon in Virgo. So, yeah, there's energy supporting us in getting organized for success, sorting through stuff that we don't need. I'm getting images of people throwing stuff into piles, bonfires, people getting ready for spring, for new life to come through, for new ideas to shoot through the soil. It's a huge shift in energy, actually. That's really cool. Okay. So yeah, still more about stuff coming into the light. And maybe there's an energy or a feeling that you don't understand, but you can trust it. It's the beginning of something. I don't know what that is. I've heard people mention choose your own adventure, but I don't actually know what that is. Maybe you can tell me. So yeah, it's the beginning of something. It's the first step on the journey. But simultaneously, there's an energy of completion. So things are closing, and you know the image of the snake that's eating its own tail. It's that there's something new waiting to emerge. It's the circle, the never-ending circle of things have to go in order for new things to come in. Sorry, I yawn sometimes when I'm channeling. It's not that I'm tired or bored. All right, so yeah, it might not be clear, but you can feel it. Yeah, very, very connected with the equinox and finding balance in yourself to counteract the imbalance in the matrix. Okay. So with that is there's still energy behind us for working through relationship struggles, for changing the dynamics of relationships, all kinds of relationships, romantic, friendships, working, everything, relationship with yourself. And new ones are forming, new connections are forming and coming into the light, lots of opportunities springing up. See flowers springing up in the fields. All right. Okay, quickly. That's moved on to a revolving door. So old one out, new one in. Old one out, new one in. Very clean slate energy coming. So people and places and situations that don't serve you and don't make you feel good, they're going out that revolving door. They're getting wiped off that slate. It's a clean break, a fresh start. Okay. So for some people, possibly, maybe something you didn't see coming, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It all depends on your perspective, but huge potential for change here and good, positive change for you to go in the direction you want to go in. Okay. So whatever's been on the back burner for you, it's time to take action now. Because if you don't, then you're going to have to live without it or live with it for a while to come, because new energies will be coming in for different areas of your life. So this is kind of, it's your time. Really feel into that grounding energy. So meditation, breath work, getting into your body, dancing, yoga, running, whatever it is, ground yourself there. All right, so similarly, you might be aware of what you want to change, but you've not allowed it because you just want everything to be perfect. Every every T crossed and every I dotted. So leaving space so that you can trust what wants to grow in that space. You cannot be control freak right now about it. You just gotta go with it. The energy's there to make the magic happen. All right, so if you've been in suspended animation, if you've been stuck, there's energy for movement now, and to really get your roots into that solid ground and get those solid connections in order to move forward and into growth, your expansion. All right, so again, as always, it's about trusting yourself. Trusting the process. Attracting good things. You are attracting good things. Your life wants the best for you and is trying to get you to move forward. Okay. All right, so even if you know that there's complications, there's things around that you don't want to deal with. Hang on, let me just feel into this a bit more. Maybe you've been putting it off, or you're not 100% or whatever. But it's time to accept things as they are in order to make space for growth. Okay, so it might be a particularly difficult time for empaths, star seeds, however you might identify, light workers. It might be particularly difficult right now. There might be intrusive thoughts, mental health issues, people lashing out, maybe attracting some negative energy, maybe even suicidal thoughts. If that's you and you're feeling like you want to give up, and I'm really sorry to hear that, but don't give up, don't give into it. You are the light, you are anchoring the light, and that attracts all kinds of, attracts everything. The light attracts everything, so that includes the lower vibrational stuff. But you're going to be okay. Just remember how to come home to that space in your heart space. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking that stuff is happening to you and blaming other people. Like, forget all that. Forget all that. Anybody who's acting in these ways towards you, they are the ones in pain. Don't take that on. Do not absorb that. Send out as much love and good wishes as you can to the people who are in pain and really struggling. You know the truth, and you know that if you're having any negative thoughts about yourself, about wanting to give up on your life, all those kinds of things, they're not yours. Those thoughts don't belong to you. That is not real. You're here for a reason. You might be experiencing body pain or pain of all kinds, like just as a struggle to be here in the matrix right now. And it is, and I understand this. Believe me, I understand this. But we need to keep the faith and know that your balance, your footing is coming. If it's not there yet, it is coming. And all of that negative stuff that's left you questioning who you are and what the point of you is, it's not real. Okay, it's not real. It's lower vibrational energy that's just getting stuck to you because you are the light and you are raising the vibration around you. Okay, you can't have one without the other, I'm afraid. So we're in this together and we have to trust the process. Get out of the ego mind. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so yeah, you've stuck around this long. It's kind of the message. You're needed. You're needed. And I don't, this might be a personal message for me, but I'm going to just say it anyway because it's come through now. If you've had an NDE, so I've had a couple, or survived near death, you've stuck it around. You've kept coming back. So deep down, your soul knows that you're supposed to be here. So don't give up. Okay. All right. So some people are having like panic attacks, sleep disturbance, massive anxiety, those sorts of things. It's time to really work on boundaries. You got to seal your good, healthy energy in, and the other energy that's attracted to you or you might be internalizing is just out. Again, it's like that revolving door thing. Good in, rubbish out. Okay, you're yeah, you're not like a dustbin for everyone else's rubbish. You're not a dumping ground. So be conscious about it. And a lot of people are really struggling and taking a lot of stuff out on each other. And just don't let that be you. And if you're not one for a confrontation, just like moonwalk out of it, just step back and step away from that person. They're just in pain. It's not personal. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So being an empath, feeling everything. um, they're showing me some science and physics now that I don't really understand. But essentially, it looks like when you're an empath. Oh, one of my eyes is crying. Don't be, don't be beating yourself up. Don't internalize it all. It's all going to be okay. Okay. So when you're an empath, you're feeling everything. Because you're feeling what other people are feeling, the feeling gets amplified. So you got to be really good and clear about boundaries because yeah, it's all getting amplified through you, through your massive heart, through your incredible ability to feel. And inevitably it means that you're going to project out what you're feeling. It's getting magnified. So be really aware of what you're feeling and what you're thinking. Okay, I've jumped onto something else now. Hang on, I'm trying to pull them back to that. It's just that image of magnification. Sometimes this is a bit of a trouble with channeling because there's lots of information coming through at once, and it doesn't always come out in linear fashion. Okay, so I'm just going to go with with their time frame. Okay, so next message: no need to keep on seeking because you already have it. You already are it. And again, they're saying, look at your hands. It's really interesting. Okay, so I'm actually looking at my hands now. No need to keep on looking. You already have it. It's in your hand. I have no idea what happened there. The recording stopped itself, and then I couldn't get recording again. Okay, so we got cut off. The channeling was really strong at the time. Looking at the hands. You already have it. You are already it. So yeah, that readiness. Stop seeking. Just allow. Okay. Choose what you connect with and disconnect from. And you are in charge of that. I guess it's another way of saying keeping healthy boundaries and be conscious of where your energy's going. Oh, we're looping back around now. Okay. So what you feel and your experience is completely valid. And that's your reality right now. So I guess some people need some reassurance of that. That is your reality, and your experience and who you are and what you are is valid. And we're all in coexisting, but in different realities ultimately. So it's, nobody can say it's all love and light and it's all connected and you chose this, and you just expect everybody to accept that, because we're all on our own journey, and ultimately it is all one. But a person might not be able to grasp that while they're in the process of something. So don't try and force yourself, and don't try and force other people. It's a process. And sometimes we really get it and we really feel all that connection and all the rest of it, and sometimes we don't. And sometimes people are acting in weird ways, or we're triggered in ways that we don't want to be. And it just is, just accept that is where you are on your journey right now. That's where they are on their journey right now, and all you can do is be in your peaceful place. So yeah, as always, don't dwell too much, because you're going to get more of what you're dwelling on. But you can look behind that illusion. Why do I feel like this? How do I release it? Who or what is triggering me now? What is my responsibility in this? In every situation, every dynamic, all parties have 100% responsibility. I'm prone to taking too much responsibility, and then I get myself stuck, or I get myself depressed or whatever. But actually, everybody is playing their part in this game of life. So yeah, as always, being grounded now and thinking about what's good for me, what's bad for me. I know what I need. I have to stay true to that. And looking behind the illusion of what you're feeling or what you're going through. Okay. All right, so let's just all take a step back. Stop feeding the matrix. All right, okay. I wouldn't choose to ask this question, but that's what's come through. So if there was one purpose for you here, one thing that makes you feel like you, tiny or huge, your purpose, why you're here, what is the one reason that you are here? Maybe it's just to show up. Maybe it's to spread love. Maybe it's to be a disruptor. Maybe it is to be in service. Whatever it is. Create art. Whatever it is, be that, do that. Just cancel the rest, delete the rest. Simplify your life now. And just bring it all back to the simple truth. The simple truth. The matrix is really full on right now, and you can bet your life that the ego is going wild off that, the collective ego and the individual ego. All the I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't have the people, I don't have the resources, I'm blah, blah, blah. No, fuck it off now. And if you don't know your purpose or your path or whatever, however this narrative plays out in your mind, just try and enjoy the little things, the trees, the sky, the conversations, the animals, having a body, having senses, breathing, It is enough that your reason to be here is to enjoy it. That's enough. It doesn't matter, We all have to play our part. And, well, no, we don't have to play our part, but we all have a part to play. So, So maybe over this time, allow yourself to get curious, allow yourself to get organized. Where is that curiosity trying to take you? Don't fall into being too serious. It's all a dream, it's all a game, and it can feel really serious, and that is valid. And obviously, we don't want to be leaving negative imprints anywhere we go. We can do things from a loving space, even if it's not what the other person or the other parties want at that time. But it's going to, whatever is in the highest good for you is going to be in the highest good for the collective. So this time, it's about grounding, clarity, making some plans, because that's going to lead to good outcomes, but not planning so tightly that there's no room for maneuver. It's a good time to, get the results that you're after. Be conscious of where your energy is going daily. Get into your routines, your habits. It's a good time to, if you want to start eating right, exercising more self-care, all of those sorts of things. This is a great time to get that going. And remember that you are already making progress, even if you feel stuck, There's a really nice energy just supporting us along here for efficiency and being productive. And if you do feel that push and pull about what you need to take care of versus, maybe what you want, it's okay. Just sit with it a bit, They're saying about sort of journaling or expressing it in some way. The answer's inside. Sure, you can get a bit of help from the outside, but the answers are always inside. Yeah. Okay, my lovelies. It might not have seemed so wild to you listening there on the other side, but it's been a bit of a wild one for me, with very odd things happening here with this recording. So I hope it helps. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope that it helps you find some clarity and maybe reassurance or whatever you need. I hope you get what you needed from it. And looking forward to seeing many of you soon and chatting with you. And just take really good care of yourself. I'd love to know what you're doing over this time to sort of manage your energy. And when you share those things, it's always helpful for other people too. So if you do email me and share any of that with me, I can share it out on social media and all of that. Okay, beautiful. So sending you so much love, and stay strange. Talk to you soon. Loads and loads of love.